Okay, good afternoon, everybody. Today is Wednesday, March the 20th. My name is Judge Esparza. We have some hearings set this afternoon. We are being broadcast live via YouTube. There is a link that I put on the email that goes out to everybody. So if you have family members that want to attend the hearings, they can do so by clicking on the link. We do not have a court reporter today. If you're requesting a court reporter, your case will be reset for another day. If I don't have any objections, we will proceed without court reporter.
No objections from Ms. Kristen.
Okay, thank you. Not hearing any objections, we'll proceed without the court reporter. The first case I'm going to call C-1198-24-F, State of Texas versus Andrea Sue. Is that correct?
Yes.
She is in the courtroom. You speak English, correct, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
You stand up in the middle of the room there, face the TV monitor. Right there's good. That's good. All right. Mr. Davila, this is your motion. She is English speaking. You may proceed, sir.
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Doherty has been in jail since the 10th of this month. I do have the alleged victim in this case did attempt to go to the DA's office to file an affidavit of non-prosecution. He was turned away. But apparently it is the policy of the DA's office to not take affidavits of non-prosecution until there is a case number and the case has been indicted. He did execute an affidavit, notarized affidavit with my office that states that what occurred was actually just an accident and a misunderstanding. And I do know that my client does have some criminal history, Your Honor. However, in this case, it seems that $50,000 is excessive, considering that the alleged victim himself is saying that this never really happened.
What are you requesting?
I would be requesting a reduction in bond, Your Honor, to as low as the court is willing to go. They don't have very much money. If the court would be willing to entertain, I know that in a case like this, a PR bond is not an option. However, the court would be willing to go as low as $1,000 or even $500 cash as surety. I think that then my clients might be able to afford the bond.
Gretchen?
We agreed to reduce to 20,000 cash surety, and regardless of the results, Judge, we would ask that there be a no contact with the victim ordered for whatever you decide.
And Your Honor, just if I may respond to that, they do live together. I would ask that if there is any order, there'd be no harmful contact and not no contact.
And the state's position
so
is
you're
no
aware-
harmful is the same that it is for every citizen or for everyone. That's the law, no harmful contact. So we would ask for no contact.
There was a protective order issued by the magistrate, and I think she was magistrated like Mission Municipal Court, Jonathan Wormeister. It was signed on the 10th of March. It will be in effect for 91 days, and it will expire on June the 9th. And in that order, it asks that she have no contact with Kevin Jones, that she not go within 200 yards of the address located at 1631 North Bryan Road. If you need to amend this order, Mr. Davila, you would need to contact the municipal court and ask that judge to consider amending it. I don't have any control of it. It was issued by that court, so I'm not sure what address she lives at, but that's the address that was put on the protective order. She does make bond. she cannot go back to that address, or she will be arrested.
I understand that, Your Honor.
Possible.
We can
Okay.
reach out to the Mission Municipal Court and address the issue.
I did not see any priors on this individual. Is that correct, Gretchen?
Hang on just a second, Judge. Let me look at that.
Okay. And raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name, please.
Andrea Sugorty.
How old are you, ma'am?
I am 42 years old.
Where were you born?
Detroit, Michigan.
What city do you currently live in?
Mission, Texas.
You live at that address that's on the protective order?
Yes, sir.
So you understand that that order is in place for 91 days.
Yes, sir.
You cannot go back to that address. Do you have another somewhere else you can go until that gets resolved?
I mean, I doubt I'll get out. 20,000, I can't afford it. But I mean,
My question.
if I was to, I mean, is there anything in the protective order gets staying at his mother's house? She lives in Alamo.
Well,
That's,
the order says that you cannot go back to that address.
yeah, that address, but his mom lives in a completely different city. I mean, that's the only other person or friend of ours. That'd be the only other places I could go.
Okay, now, as long as you do not go back to that address until your attorney has that addressed with the magistrate court who issued it. You understand that?
Yes,
I'm
sir.
saying you have somewhere else to go.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you can't have contact with this individual, so if he's at his mother's house, you can't be there.
No.
Okay.
Judge, I
Um,
have the results of the criminal history whenever you're ready.
Yes, go ahead.
So in Texas, she went to state jail for 1 year, 8 months on a possession of less than a gram in 2012. She also had a Mandel 4 to 200 grams that she went to prison for 8 years from 2016. And then a theft conviction. These are all from Hood County in 2018. And she has gone to substance abuse treatment also during her career. And then I don't have out of state history. I just have the NCIC, TCIC.
At 2016, charged for 8 years.
Yes, for a Mandel.
So she was sentenced to 8 years TDC.
Yes, sir.
Okay. You work, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Where do you work?
Plateau
What do you do there?
cook.
How long you been working there?
And when I just got the job, I was fixing to be there 2 weeks. Wow.
Individual taken to the hospital?
Let me look, Judge.
Your Honor, if I may, I believe he was taken to the hospital. I believe it was my client that took him to the hospital. He initially, I believe, was telling her he did not want to go to the hospital, but he was injured and she wanted to make sure he got treatment.
I don't
I
see
don't see
anything
it.
about going to the hospital. I just see that the officer went to the house and she had stabbed him with a knife, or she had cut him with a knife.
Yeah, that's all I saw too. You were arrested at home, ma'am, or at the hospital?
At home. Oh, he was,
Anymore? You will make bond. I'm going to order random UAs through probation, which means probation will contact you to go in and get drug tested. If you don't show up, we're going to have a hearing, see why we shouldn't put you back in jail. If you show up and you're positive for drugs or alcohol, you're going to end up back in jail. Do you understand that? That'll be in force until this case is resolved. A reminder, there is no contact with the victim. Calling him from jail. Don't be texting him if you get out. That is a violation of the protective order, and that is enforced until for 91 days. It will expire, as indicated earlier, on June the 9th. Bond will be reduced. $7,500 cash surety. Anything else, Ms. State?
Nothing from the state.
Your Honor, and I just want to
No.
clarify, I did want to just clarify that the protective order is what's keeping her from being able to go back to that house and contact him, not the bond. Is that correct?
That's correct. It's a condition of the bond that was issued by the magistrate out of Mission. So,
Understood.
yeah. All right.
All right, thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you, Mr. Gardner. You may have a seat, man. Good luck to you. Mr. Lindemann, could you say you wanted to go last?
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor, given, I'm going to talk about some mental health issues.
Okay, the next case, Mr. Perez, are you available? Missy?
Hey, Judge, I'm available.
The next case we're gonna call is C-1191-24-I, State of Texas versus Alejandro Isaiah Gonzalez. Speak English, correct, Mr. Gonzalez? Mr. Gonzalez is present in the courtroom. He is English speaking. It's your motion, Mr. Contreras, you may proceed.
Your Honor, do I have another case, Mendoza, today as well?
Yes, you do.
Okay, good. Your Honor, I'm seeking a reduction of bond. He's 21 years of age, Your Honor. He does have some priors, Your Honor. I know that the unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon is at $250,000, which seems to be unreasonable, Your Honor, because of the fact that it's an unlawful carrying of a weapon by a felon, Your Honor. I'm seeking a reduction on that to $10,000 cash surety, Your Honor, with AIP conditions. Now, on the $250,000 of the aggravated robbery, I'm seeking $50,000 cash surety, Your Honor, with the AIP conditions as well. He is a U.S. citizen, Your Honor.
Okay. Anything else?
Nothing else on this gentleman.
Okay. Gretchen?
Yes, Judge. So we will agree. I don't know what it's set at, but we'll agree.
250 on each count.
I'm sorry.
250,000 on each count.
We'll agree to 100,000 on one and 50,000 on the other. On the 100,000 on the aggravated robbery on each of them, and 50 on the felon in possession.
Is there 2 counts of aggravated robbery?
Just one count, Your Honor. It's one bond at $250,000 cash surety.
It's just 1 count, right? I know they
Yes, Your Honor.
report.
So we would,
indicate 2 different occasions.
we would agree to 100,000 on that one.
Okay. Raise your right hand, sir. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name, please, for the record.
Alejandro Gonzalez,
How old are you, sir?
22. I just turned 22. I'm 7.
Where were you born?
Van Buren, Arkansas.
What city do you currently live in?
Edinburgh.
Who do you live with?
But my mom.
You have a job?
I was working at Little Caesars.
Doing? What do you
I was like I would make dough for the pizzas.
cook?
I wasn't a cook, but I was just like do it. I would make the dough.
Okay. Did you graduate from high school?
I got my GED.
Based on what I saw, this individual was implicated in another aggravated robbery.
Yeah, it looks like there was
I
an
wanna
auto
say-
theft that he matched the description for, and then another aggravated robbery.
On that same night, correct?
Yeah. He went to prison for 2 years on 2 burglary of a habitation offenses already. And he also went to state jail on a possession of marijuana.
Okay. On the
And
unlawful
I'm sorry,
possession
and a
of,
burglary of a building.
on the unlawful possession of a firearm by a felon, I'll go ahead and reduce that to $10,000 cash surety. On the ag assault, ag robbery. Is he on, has he been arraigned on that other ag robbery charge?
I don't believe so, Judge.
I don't represent him on that one, Your Honor.
Okay, well, I didn't see anything either, as far as, him being magistrated or charged. I'm gonna reduce the bond on that case to $75,000 cash surety. Random UAs through probation. I'm gonna put a curfew on you, sir. 7 p.m. You can't be out of the house past 7 p.m. unless you're working. You provide probation a copy of your schedule saying that you're at work during those hours. Otherwise, you're at home. You understand that? Probation will contact you to go in and get tested, just like I told her. You come back dirty, you come back to jail. You don't show up, you're gonna come back and visit over here. You understand that? Anything else on that?
Nothing from the state.
Nothing from the defense, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hold on, Mr. Contreras, you got one more. It's not.
Yes, no, I know.
Zamora. It's Zamora. Matthew Luis Zamora. He was actually scheduled yesterday. It's C-1210-24-F, State of Texas versus Matthew Luis Zamora. Mr. Zamora, you speak English, correct?
Yes, sir.
He's present in the courtroom. He's English speaking.
Your Honor, I've been retained. I was retained on this case, Your Honor. I will be representing him throughout the whole proceedings, Your Honor. Once he gets arraigned, we'll go forward and to represent him. He's 21 years of age. He's going to be 22 years this year. He graduated from high school, Your Honor. He is going to school at Texas A&M in Corpus, Your Honor. He wants to be a teacher. I believe he's a sophomore already, going on to a junior. He's got no prior history, Your Honor, whatsoever. This stems out of a relationship where, the young ladies claiming that they didn't have consensual sex, Your Honor. But it stems out of a relationship that was ongoing between him and his ex-girlfriend, Your Honor. Again, he's got no prior history, Your Honor. He is a U.S. citizen. I am seeking a $10,000 cash surety on him, Your Honor, with AIP conditions, whatever else you want to implement. But he's not a flight risk whatsoever. Again, he is attending Texas A&M at Kingsville, Your Honor. He's studying. He was supposed to finish his first semester, but of course he's been locked up. So he wants to get back to school, Your Honor. And again, I will represent him throughout the whole proceedings as far as arraignment and trial as well, Your Honor.
Okay. Gretchen?
We will agree to a 20,000 cash surety.
And I'm not seeking 10,000, Judge, only because he's a college student, and he's living with his aunt, Your Honor. His aunt raised him. I believe his parents are not nowhere to be found, but his aunt raised him, Miss Maria Blas, and that's a lady that hired me on this case, Your Honor. But she's on a fixed income, Your Honor, as well. So I'm seeking 10,000 cash surety, Your Honor.
Unless this report is incorrect, it said the alleged incident happened back in 2021.
Yeah, it's been a while,
Did he pick up new
Judge.
charges to get arrested?
No, Judge, he
he-
went. Go ahead, Judge. I'm sorry.
How was he arrested? Do you know, Mr. Contreras?
He was arrested on a traffic stop, I believe, Your Honor. Yes, it was a traffic stop. He was a passenger, I believe, and so they asked for identification, and they ran his identification, and it came out as an arrest warrant.
Okay, just so you're aware, there was a protective order issued by the magistrate back on February 24th. Judge,
Yeah, that-
looks like Jason Peña, it is effective for 91 days. It'll expire on May 25th. So during this time, he's not to have any contact with the victim or the victim's family. He's not to go within 200 yards of the address located at 2607 Del Rey East in Edinburgh, Texas. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, sir.
Do not have any contact with the victim or the victim's family. If you do, they report it, you will be facing new charges for violating a protective order. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
How old are you, sir? Raise your right hand. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, sir.
State your name.
I can do some more.
How old are you, sir?
21,
Where were you born?
Western Texas.
What city do you currently live in?
I was living in Kingsville.
Going to school?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna go ahead and reduce the bond. I'm gonna order random, again, no contact with the victim. Going back to school?
I can't do it, sir.
I'll go ahead and reduce the bond to $10,000 cash surety. Stay in contact with your attorney, sir, if you get out. You understand? Stay in contact with your bondsman. Also, make sure your attorney knows where you're living and he has your phone number. You understand that?
Yes, sir.
Again, no contact with the victim. There is a protective order in place. Anything else?
Nothing from the state.
Nothing from the defense. Thank you. Thank you, Judge.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Contreras. Have a good afternoon. Good luck to you, sir. Have a seat.
May I be excused, Your Honor? Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Next case we're going to call is C-1181-24-A, State of Texas versus Cassandra Kriska.
Yes, sir.
And you speak English, correct, Cassandra? Kriska is in the courtroom. She is English speaking. Mr. Lindemuth, this is your motion, sir. You may proceed.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll note that she's currently being detained on 4 charges: an ag robbery, ag assault with a deadly weapon, tamper, fabricate evidence with intent to impair, and arson. Her current bonds accumulate to $1.15 million. Your Honor, I believe that under any circumstances that is an excessive amount of bail. I do understand the seriousness of the allegations. I've read the affidavits, and I don't mean to, cast them aside or belittle them. But I said even within those allegations, just the amount in of it itself, I think is excessive. On top of that, Your Honor, Ms. Kriska, I spoke to her in preparation of this hearing. She did seem oriented and lucid and competent at the time. However, there are mental health issues that revolve around Ms. Kriska. And without getting to the specifics, they are severe and numerous. She was under care at Tropical to deal with these. I confirmed the issues, the mental health issues with her aunt, which is Carla Kriska, who confirmed that she does have these self-reported mental health issues. Ms. Kriska, the Aunt Kriska, provided me the case manager's information at Tropical. I called and I spoke to that individual. She couldn't get into details in me, Judge, because I don't have consent or a HIPAA release yet. But she did indicate that Ms. Kriska was being treated there. And at least I got that much. So everything seems to verify that Ms. Kriska does have some mental health considerations that are at play that would probably be pretty good explanations as to why these alleged events occurred. Your Honor, I do think I'm going to have to at some point ask a court to have her examined for both competency to stand trial and possibly insanity issues for trial. But more relevant to her detention, Your Honor, I would ask the court to reduce the bonds to an amount that it believes are reasonable. I do understand that Your Honor has to take into account public safety, given the allegations against her. but also as they stand, they are just too high. And speaking to her family, there's really nobody that's going to be able to post any kind of bond for her. This is what I would ask your court to recommend and see if there is a path forward to do this. My request, Your Honor, is that the court would issue her a PR bond for all four, but with a mandatory condition that she receive inpatient mental health treatment. That way we can get the ball rolling on getting her treated and make sure that she's competent to stand the issues before her and also be fair to her as an accused individual in the state.
So, Judge, we recently had a case in our court where the tropical will come and do an evaluation in jail to determine if the defendant is a risk to themselves and others. And if they are, then they will place a hold and have the person do inpatient treatment. Otherwise, then the person would be outpatient. So I would ask that we reset this if you're inclined to go that route, so that we can ask that tropical come over and do that evaluation, so that this doesn't slip through the cracks and this defendant get out and have a mental health breakdown and something really bad happen.
And I know they do attend here at the jail and work with individuals here. Raise your right hand, man. You swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Judge.
You put your hand down. How old, state your name, please.
My name is Cassandra Kylie Cresco. For the record, Judge, I am 25 years old. Edinburgh, Texas is where I reside in. I was just wondering if there's any way, because.
Hold on, let me ask some questions, okay?
Yes, sir.
Do you know where you're at right now?
Yes, sir. I'm currently held in the Hidalgo County Jail.
You know why you're here, right? Or do you? You do?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Before you ended up in jail, where were you living? What city?
Edinburgh, sir.
Who were you living with?
An old coworker of mine, sir.
Okay. In a house, apartment? Okay. Are you married?
Single.
Do you have children?
No, Judge.
Do you have family members, fathers, parents?
Yes, sir. I have my mother still alive on my side. My father is deceased.
Okay. You have siblings, brothers, sisters?
2 half brothers, Judge.
Okay. Do they live here in Hidalgo County? Contact with them?
No, sir. I do have contact with my mother.
Receiving treatment at Tropical?
Yes, sir.
Were you going? When was the last time you went?
Last time I went was, I believe, 2 months prior, sir.
How long has she been in jail? 10 months? 10 days?
Yeah, not very long, Judge.
Okay.
Am I able to ask a question, Judge?
You can speak with your attorney later and we'll address it.
Judge, I do have one minor issue to discuss after the bond issue.
Okay, I don't have a problem resetting this matter. We can contact Tropical. I'll speak to the infirmary here and they can come in here and assess her. If they haven't already done so, they may have already. Also request a copy of that report, if there is one, Mr. Mindemuth, from the infirmary. Speak to Betty. I'll have my staff email you contact information.
Please.
I remember her last name right now.
And I did reach out to the infirmary judge and I brought her issues to their attention. I never heard back, so I'm hopeful that they started addressing them, but I never received any return information. So anything you forward along would be helpful. Additionally, Judge, since y'all are already going to reach out to the infirmary, when I spoke to Ms. Kritska, she has, and this is the second time she mentioned it. She has, I think, significant vision issues. When she was arrested, something happened to her glasses. She no longer has possession. And she has, she's asked me to try to make sure she can get glasses so she can see. I spoke to the nurse. That's one of the things I spoke about, and they indicated they would try to do something about it. But I have, apparently Ms. Kritska is indicating physically that she doesn't have glasses yet. So I'm not sure what, if anything, can be done, but I do think it's important that she's able to see.
Okay. Do you have an extra pair of glasses at home?
Sir, my glasses were taken in a desk along with my phone.
Okay. Do you have an extra pair of glasses at home?
No, sir.
Maybe you can get her some readers from the convenience store. Maybe they'll let you get them to her. I don't know. We can certainly find out.
Is there any way?
Reset it for 10 days.
Thank you, Judge.
Let me give you a date real quickly.
Yes, sir.
We can do April the 4th.
It should be plenty of
It
time.
should be.
The last time I asked that an evaluation be done, it was done the next day.
Yeah, they're pretty, in fact, they may have already done it. She's been here for 10 days. My understanding is as soon as they come in, if there's severe cases, they have somebody right away look into it. And if they're not as severe, they get to them as they time permits. It'll be the same time, 2 p.m. via Zoom. You'll get the notice via email, Mr. Lindemann.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate your
All right.
courtesy on this one.
Okay. Go ahead and have a seat, Ms. Krista.
Your Honor, that's all I
believe that's
have. May I
everything.
be?
Yes.
Thank you.
That's all we have, Richard. Thank you for standing in today. Y'all have a good afternoon. Did I mute myself? I'm sorry.
Go, bro.
Looks like